Hello YouTube, this is Jeff with Jeff's Toy Reviews, and today I am reviewing Transformers Masterpiece Movie Series from Transformers Bumblebee MPM-12 Optimus Prime, the Autobot leader himself, and here is the packaging. This guy came out as a Target exclusive, so packaging has got the product shot right on the front. Transformers, Optimus Prime, MP-12, Transformers Bumblebee, Takara Tomy up in the corner. On the top it says Transformers Masterpiece Movie Series, and on the bottom same thing with another Autobot logo there. Ooh, not up here. On the side you have Optimus Prime and robot mode and truck mode, and then on the other side you have his truck mode, and on the back you have just the product shots. Here he is, Optimus Prime in all his glory with his ion blaster. Ion blaster here, his eyes. They show his eyes lighting up here. They don't light up, and the light piping is not great. So it looks like it should be better, but it's not very good light piping. His feature is that his head is articulated, which is good. He has articulated hands and articulated chest piece, and he comes with the matrix of leadership. And then you have your warnings and stuff here on the bottom, where it was made, the barcode if you need it, and that is it for the box. Oop. Just adjusting there, and there we go. Okay, now that we have Optimus Prime in his alt mode, here he is in his red cab mode, and I like this. I do. It's fine. I mean, yeah, you could tell, typical legs, big gap here. Wheels roll fine. Everything tabs in really nice and well. The paint is pretty nice. It is kind of weird though, because he has this really bright white stripe here on the side, but then they gave it like a dirty finish here, and this is kind of grayed out. So it's like the guy who Prime just washed half of himself. It's kind of strange, but who knows? If you want to weather it out, weather it out. I keep this guy in his robot mode, so it doesn't really affect that. But here we go. Taking a look at it. I mean, it's a very nice cab mode. The little ears are kind of weird, these little panels that are up. I think it's DNA Effects is coming out with an upgrade kit next year, which I do plan on getting. It's going to make him a little bit taller, fill out some of these gaps, and actually get rid of this. So I'm really curious to see how that's going to look. So maybe I'll do a review of that when I get it. The tires are plastic. You do have some painted rims. A lot of paint throughout, a lot of brushing here. These feel like die cast. There's a little bit of die cast. This plate here this piece is die cast. A little die cast in the feet, and that's really it. There's not a lot of die cast, but he does have a good little bout of heft to him. But yeah, so there he is. You know, Autobot logo here. And his matrix is inside his chest. I'll show that later when I get in robot mode. Here is his blaster, his ion blaster. It does fold in half and collapses like that. And the only place to plug it in is there's these two tabs here, and you can just tab it in. Oop, just like so. You got these two tabs here on the side. See those right there, tab there, tab there. And you just plug that in there. And yeah, that's natural looking. Driving down the street. Kind of odd, but okay. So yeah. So there he is in his truck mode. I'm going to take this piece off. Here he is with the Studio Series version of him. Excuse me, just kick the camera there. You know, of course, the paint is going to be better on the Masterpiece, but there's not a big difference, to be honest. Like, there's no hitch here. I mean, there's right here, but you have a couple ports here, but I guess that's to get it all together. So, but yeah, that's what they look like together. This is going to be the only one that I am comparing him with in the robot. When I get into robot mode, I will compare him with a few others, so you get an idea of what to expect. So get him out of the way. And to get this guy transformed, there are issues with this figure. Now, I really do like this version of Prime. I like what they did with it. I like how Takara Tomy really The transformation is interesting. It's not overly complicated, but it's not overly simplified either. It's done well, and and there are a couple of clearance issues here and there, but yeah, I'll discuss those. And some of the tabs have been really, really good. So first off, we come back here and there are two tabs here. See there, can you see that? There's a tab here sticking off the foot here, and then you're going to pull this forward just a little bit because there's these two pegs. I'm going to get some light in here, a little bit better. And there are two pegs. Adjust my light. See that? Hard to see in there. But yeah, you can see it right there. There's two pegs here and here. You're going to pull forward just a smidge, just a little bit, and just bring this up to untab that. You're going to flatten this piece out all the way. You're going to take these two pieces. These are spring loaded, so you just flip them up like this for now. Okay, so, and we're going to take this piece here, we're going to untab it. There is a slot here and a tab here, very tight. So bring those up, and then you're going to take these, put these down. You got this piece here. Going to, just if you can get in there, just try to get your finger up in the front here. Keeps wanting to autofocus. Okay, sorry about that. Had to adjust. Pull this piece out, and then this is going to collapse on itself. It's going to accordion itself down. And you're going to do the same over here. Put this up, and accordion itself down. Now this gets a little tricky because this is a little tight. You're going to pull forward on this just a little bit. There's a small little tab here, and then you're going to pull the arm. Well, that helps kind of. And you're just going to bring this out. And just like a typical Optimus Prime, do that. Now this part here, the upper bicep swivel is very tight on my figure. And oop, that's the wrong way, but actually I'll bring that around. And we're just going to go ahead and bring that out to the side so it's out of the way. We will go ahead and I'll just start on this now. Bring the arm out. Bring the hand out. Here we will bring this down. There's a tab and a slot that's going to fold in there. And this piece here, just up like this, is just going to collapse around. And that's one arm done. Bring that forward, just get out of the nice ratchet, huh? And then this side, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to come up, push forward here. Get that out of the way, and then bring all that out again. Now, getting this into place is a pain in the butt. It is difficult. Holy moly, is it difficult. And this arm's a little looser. I may just have to take a screwdriver to it and fold that piece down. Bring the fist out and close, like so. We're going to take this piece here. We're going to take this piece here and we're going to fold this up like so, and then we're going to fold this down. Bring the head, rotate that up, and there we go. Arms here. We're going to come down to chest, push this in, and then you're going to take, if you can get in there, you can use a pair of tweezers. I just get behind it, bring it forward, because it needs to just get forward just a little bit to release the chest, and then you've got, these wheels are tabbed in here. This one just came out, this one came out, but there's a tab here and it slots right into there. And you want to make sure when putting them into alt mode that that really lines up, because that's going to keep your tires all on the ground, and so it rolls good. You're going to get these out of the way. We're going to take this piece and we're just going to, actually we're going to take this piece and we're just going to turn this whole operation around here like so. We're going to take these flaps here, pull this up, and then pull this up here. And then this is going to go all the way down and form his butt. That's right. You got your prime butt. The flaps go down, and then take this piece, fold that down for now. Take this, fold that in. Right? Yeah, that folds in. And almost going to want to tuck that in. Not yet. And then you're going to take the wheels and you're going to spin them in like so, and then you're going to bring them up. No, you're going to actually spin, you're going to rotate them back like so. So this piece should be flat against that. And that's going to go in, and then you're going to over here. You'll see here, you're just going to take this and you're going to rotate it like so. Kind of collapses in on itself. And then up, you're going to take the waist and just bring that all in like so. And you just missed that. So let me bring this back up. I'm going to show you what I did. So this piece here on the waist was actually out. So once you get the wheels all tucked in, you're going to take this piece and you're just going to, there's a tab here. See that tab? And it's tabbed there, and it does actually lock into it. It just, because it's all rounded through and it gets in there, and that's just going to lock into place. And then you're going to lock the back into place. You're going to come over here. You're just going to turn this all the way upside over. Come on here. Where did it go? This actually goes forward. Sorry. And then you're going to come back with it and make sure it fits right in this groove here. This kind of slot here. This, you just line all that up. Puts in there. Now these tabs are going to... Actually, I thought they were going to tab into something, but they're not. But they are going to get... There is a slot here, tab here. And that's going to get all together. Okay, and then that's just going to get in there. And that'll tab all that together. That's all going to be in place. I'm going to raise up the camera just a little bit more. Okay, so now that that's all into place, that'll lock the head and everything, that whole thing there. Bring the arms actually out of the way right now. Still. Now we got to work on the legs. So I'm going to drop the camera. So I want to get the feet and everything. So I'll show you what I'm doing here. The feet, turn them over. You're going to take this piece here. This is on a small, there's a small little flap in there that tabs them together. You're going to bring this out. You're going to undo these. Undo this. You're going to bring this piece here. It's going to come up like so, out like so. There's a tab, there's a slot here, and it tabs right over here when going into the truck mode. You're going to bring that down. And what we're going to do is we'll come down here, and we're going to take the feet, and we're going to, they're on a rocker, and this rocker is on, so it folds down like so. So it's on a double rocker. So this is going to come out like so. And then it's going to come, we're going to leave that there for now. We're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to just get the foot undone like so. You're going to take these wheels. These are all brought together. And there's these clap together. There's a slot here and a tab there that just closes down on that. We're going to take this piece out of the way. We're going to get this wheel down, and out, foot down, and then we're going to bring the wheel. Nope, wheel stay out. I forgot. We keep that like that. We're going to collapse this piece here. Now, first things first, got to bring this piece all the way down, then bring the wheels up, and then you bring this piece down. Now there, see this tab right here? Kind of see that? It just kind of nuzzles into this slot right here. And boom, that'll keep everything in place. Then you're going to untab. There's a tab here. Untab it from the knee. You're going to take this and you're going to rotate it. And then bring it all the way down. Flatten out the foot. And here there's a tab. And that's going to slot in right there. And that's going to slot in like that. Finish off the back of the ankle. You're just going to collapse this piece, bring this in and flatten like so. And then we're just going to do the same thing over here. We're going to bring this piece out all the way. You want to take this piece down and bring that out. Bring the die. This is die cast too, I forgot. And then you're going to take this and you're going to bring this up. You're going to bring this around and like so, and up, down, and in, and down. Take this piece here, then rotate and bring down. Bring tank around and the tank around, and there we have our legs. We're just about done. And we're going to bring these down. Now some of the joints on this guy are really, really tight. And just fixing some stuff up. And the last but not least, and I do see some people make an error with this piece, and maybe you can spot it. My lighting seems so dark. I really apologize for that. See how these are bent, these are facing out? You bring this piece up and you take this and this rotates, and just rotate them back to where they're facing back. And these are actually a really soft plastic, almost rubber, and they feel like they will break. So there we go. We have our Optimus Prime, Transformers Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, and that is that for trying to adjust my lighting to get a little brighter. It's not working. Hold on, Jet. Let me, I don't know. Sorry about the quick little adjustment there. I tried to adjust my lights to finish this review, but they're not cooperating. So we're just going to kind of do things a little different here. Bring this in close. Hopefully you can see it. There he is. He's got some really nice detail on his face. His chest, these are translucent plastic. Here's the light piping. It's all clear plastic back here. But his eyes are so small that they really don't filter through at all. So the kit that I mentioned, I think it's DNA is putting it out. It's going to have a new head and everything with better light piping. So I'm hoping that may help. But back to this figure, the detail is really nice, like really nice on this. There's everything. Little brushing, you know, the little wash for the metal, the gun metal gray there. It looks like there's some damage and stuff to him. And here is his back. So you see, like, everything cleans up really, really well. Like, really nice looking figure. There are complaints, and I'm going to get into those here in right now. But first, I do want to do one thing before complaints and comparisons. Take his gun, fold it back out. It does have that Masterpiece type tab on it. You're just going to get the thumb out of the way, and that clicks into place, and he holds his gun. And it's a huge gun, but it fits. It's an Optimus Prime gun. He holds it really well. It's not going to fall out or anything. The crazy thing is how sturdy this figure feels once you have him transformed. I'm impressed with that because the Masterpiece Prime that they did for the Bayverse film. I think it was MPM. The MPM, I want to say 4, maybe 5, 6 or 3. I don't know. I don't have the number in my head. I apologize. Is not as securely done as his figure. Like this is really nice. So for articulation, he does have a head swivel that goes not even a full 180 back and forth. Like he stops here because there's a little bit of molding in his way, and that's as far as he looks up. So he looks straight to look up, and then look down. He doesn't look down either. Like there's not much head movement here at all. Oh, these are rubber or soft plastic. Does come out, down, around. I do like this. It's spring loaded, but one side is better than the other. Like this side comes down really well. This side kind of sticks a little bit, but sometimes it doesn't. The bicep swivel is really, really tight. I've tried loosening it, and it still feels tight. He does have a weird gimmick with his elbow. Like he does have he has over 90-degree elbow bend, but he also has, because of transformation, he has this weird thing we can do with his elbow too. Talk about having a double joint. No lower bicep swivel. It's all at the top here, which is fine. He does have wrist rotation. Complaint number 2 is he does have typewriter fingers, and they are like really bad. Like he cannot point, and it was kind of weird that they did that, because he does have this finger is independent. So if he points, it looks like his finger's broken when he's pointing. So he can almost do sound wave eject for himself, because he has that finger to press down the button. If he could do that, but he can't. That's that. He does have really, the wrist rotation on this is excellent. No double jointed, no joint in, no ab crunch, or back flexion. Can kick up the hip skirts, can go out all the way. Good, nice ratchets back. He only goes this far back. For knees, just at 90. He does have an upper knee swivel or thigh swivel. He does feet are on a rocker, can rock up, not much down, but yeah, he does have this. So you can get this guy in some really nice poses. And that is that. And for comparison, straighten him up a little bit, get him all cleaned up and pretty, put him in the back. For comparison, we do have him with the MP-44. I have the knockoff version, the KO version, and you can see they're roughly the same height. My ears are a little bent on mine. I haven't taken the time to heat them up and straighten them out, but he may be a little, like a smidgen taller. Here he is with the previous Bayverse Prime. That's what I was mentioning earlier. Who I don't feel as secure as this one. And this one is taller. He seems just bigger and wider than the Bumblebee edition. And we have him here with our MP-36 Megatron. I do have the Bayverse Megatron, but to compare him, that dude's huge compared to this guy. So, and he's actually put away, so not going to be able to compare them right now. And maybe I'll post pictures on Instagram for that later. And there's that. And all right, sorry for if the positioning is a little jarring, but had to adjust. And here he is, last and not least, with the Studio Series Optimus Prime. And you know what? That's what they look like together. So last and not least, my actual opinion of this figure. If you don't have him and you're an Optimus Prime fan, you're going to want to get this figure. I would say a 7.5 to 8 out of 10. Mainly because he does have the long arms. I'm not sure why they haven't been able to fix that with Optimus Prime. They did it fine with MP-44, looks good, but for some reason they just give him these. Other times they just give him really long arms. MP-10 had the same thing. But, oh, I almost forgot something. The most important gimmick of all, right, is Matrix. So we're going to open this up, see, and then we're going to take this out. Now, they're on these little sliders here. Come forward, and then that's going to give you a little bit of give here. Should be able to, I'm going to get my tweezers back here and pop this thing out. Now, the interesting thing about this, I actually think, I like the MP10 matrix and even the MP44 matrix a lot more than this one. And no, I'm not going to compare them. I just like them more. Come on, get. I almost had it. You saw that, right? There we go. All right. Aha. God, if it was a darkest hour, it would take an hour just to get this thing out. So here it is. It's painted as a blue paint for the crystallization of the matrix on the inside. It is done in gold, and it does have a peg hole here because it is on this post. So it's in there secure. So when you put it in there with the friction of the piece of plastic in here and everything, it's fine. But it doesn't open or anything. It is just a solid piece of die cast. And just put that back in there, and there we go. And to close it, as you close, pull forward because you want to make sure that this is out of the way. These little prongs here, these posts, and then you bring forward, and then you just bring it back closed. There we go. I almost forgot about that. So back to my review: 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. I think that's fair, only because there are things that are wrong with this guy. There are some clearance issues with transformation that get a little sketchy, especially when going from robot to truck. There are clearance issues when tucking his arms in going into truck mode into the cab, transforming out of it. It's easy to remove, but getting it in there, I almost feel like I'm going to break something. And the tightness of some of these joints is ridiculous. Now, it could just be mine have really tight joints, even though I've loosened them up with the screwdriver. It's still really tight. And I don't like the typewriter fingers. It's like, come on. Hasbro and Takara has done so many different things with fingers now for their Masterpiece line. To give this guy typewriter fingers without giving him a pointing finger is just not good. But other than that, I think he's pretty solid. Feels good. He's a sturdy toy. He's got ratcheting all over the place. And worth the money? I would say yes. So that has been my review. I am Jeff with Jeff's Toy Reviews. Thank you so much for watching. Just take care of yourselves, and we'll see you around. Thanks, guys.